sounded on the phone. What's wrong?
Honey, could you sit down?
No, Keith, come on. I just want to get out of here. Tell me what's going on. I thought I was going to come over here and find you in a sling or something.
Well, it's precisely because of I don't want any parts of my body in a sling that I wanted to talk to you. I want you to do something that only you can do, honey.
Oh, no. Oh, no, we're not going to get started with that, Keith. Last time we did, we almost got by a judge.
Darling,
Stop it!
Darling, you misunderstand me. I mean, as much as I love a risk, I do not want a tryst among the torts.
What did you call me?
Tort. It's a legal term that refers to a civil wrong with no contract.
Keith, if you want to play word games, find yourself a Scrabble partner.
Do you want to know why I asked you to come here?
Why?
Well, I have the biggest trial in my career tomorrow, and I need you. I need some moral support.
From me?
Yeah. Yes.
You know, I'm always pulling for you. I wish you all the luck in the world, especially since you've been so nice to ask me for support.
Well, I need support from everybody, and...
What?
Well, you know what would really help me is that if I knew the structure of Meyson and Julia's case, I mean, you know, if I knew, like, for instance, his opening speech, I could blow him out of the water before he even opened his mouth. I mean, you've had your ups and downs with him, and he has attraction for you, and, you know, you could maybe have a little tete-a-tete and find out what's going on. Hmm?
I should have known.
What?
That you don't want any moral support. You want me to go out and spy for you. There's some dirty work to be done, so you call Gina.
Honey, like the song says, nobody does it better.
Well, you're dreaming, sweetheart. You think Mason's going to give up his strategy to me? You think he's going to tell me all about it? I wasn't the first person he called when he got back to town.
Well, he just might. He's sort of vulnerable right now.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, conjugal bliss is not the order of the day, darling. Mason and Victoria are not getting much out of life. They're not getting much, period. If you comprende.
So, you want me to give Mason a little of what he's missing, and hopefully he'll drop a little information in between the sheets.
Well, it wouldn't have to go all that far. You know, it's high school stuff.
I don't know why you bothered to become district attorney. I mean, you would have made a wonderful pimp.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks a lot. We'll be waiting. Finally, we get a break.
Was that Jenkins?
Yeah, now all we have to do is find somebody who can do a decent sketch from Jenkins' description. We'll have to explain that it's an unusual case.
What do you mean?
Well, it won't be a normal sketch because the woman was wearing a veil, but we might be able to get enough details from Jenkins' description to make the sketch have some meaning.
What's important is that we found the eyewitness. Now, do you think that the woman in the veil can be the murderer?
I don't know, but I intend to convince the jury that she might have been. Or die trying.
Thinking about tomorrow?
What else?
You know if we'll be asked to testify right away?
I don't know, darling.
Maybe we could call Mason and see if he knows the order the witnesses will be called.
What is the difference? I've been called first, second, or in between. I still got to say the same condemning words. I got to tell the judge and the jury that Elena told me the crew shot her. And they're going to look across the courtroom. I can see my daughter and how much pain I'm causing her.
I marked the pages that I want you to take a look at, okay? We'll have the reading tomorrow at my hotel.
All right, here. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't the audition that I did the other day, you know, with the guy in the girl.
Yeah, I know. I had second thoughts. I'll tell you what happened, Jake. After the first audition, I realized that you had a lot of range that wasn't able to be seen in that beach scene. So that's when I decided that you should read the role of Dr. Archer.
A doctor?
Yeah. That's great. 3 pages. That's quite a scene, Jake.
That's right. You think you can handle that?
Well, look, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if TJ told you, but I don't have that much experience as an actor.
I realize that. But I tell you, I think a sense of quality there, something special. And I tell you, I think the camera is going to like you, kid. And I'm usually right.
Well, I mean, do I have to have this all memorized by tomorrow?
No. You can hold that script if you feel more comfortable. But I tell you what, you should familiarize yourself with the the intentions of the scene, okay? The emotional thrust, all right? Know what kind of personal reality you're going to bring to the scene when I read for you tomorrow, okay?
All right, I mean, I'll try. I'll study it really hard.
Yeah, I'll help you learn your lines.
Yeah, terrific. Now listen, I want you to relax about this thing, Jake, okay? Just relax. It's one 3-page scene, all right? It's not a lead, so just make it fun, all right? All right?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
All right? Ciao.
Thanks a lot.
Whoa. Talk about making it big on your first try.
Well, I mean, come on, it's just one scene. I don't even have it yet. I still have to audition.
Oh, come on, that's just formality. He wants you to do the role, Jake.
I think he wants to see if I can pronounce these words. I mean, look at this. Crying out loud. What's that one, right?
Nurse Thenia?
Well, yeah, I mean, well, maybe I can learn how to say it. I'll never learn what it means.
Yes, we'll look them up. It's no big deal.
I mean, me, a doctor?
Jake, what were you going to be after you got out of vet school? Dr. Morton. Come on, be positive for a change, for heaven's sake.
Hey, son, hey. Take it easy. I got enough to do, learn how to run this place without you breaking up all the glasses, you know? Hey.
Yeah, it's just whenever I think of Tim, as I feel like doing something like busting his head, you know? Yeah, right. That would sure get me back in the academy real quick.
Hey, son. I know how much it hurts. You really wanted to be on that police department, and you would have been damn good at it.
Yeah. So that dream is dust now, right?
You'll find another dream.
Will I?
Yeah.
Of course you will.
Look, Jane, I knew that you never wanted me to be a cop. Neither one of you did. And I realized that deep down that both of you are kind of glad this happened.
Rick,
you don't understand. What do you expect me to do here? Just trade one dream for another? I'll be fine. I'll get over it. I can't do that. I'm not a robot with interchangeable parts. I can't just replace Dream A with Dream B.
I'm not arguing,
Dad,
son.
Let me tell you something about your son. He's been looking for something all of his life. Now, I don't know, maybe it's got to do with the fact that I grew up in a family that wasn't my real family, but I never really knew myself. I was always trying to be someone else's idea of me. I was trying to be a good boyfriend. I was trying to be a son, a father, whatever. There's a piece missing. And I knew that there's something else that I needed to do, something that I wanted to be. And it wasn't until I walked into that police academy that I knew I found it. The very first day, Dad, I knew that this is the kind of work I want to do. So I'm not so sure that I want to just learn how to give that up.
Wait. Let him be for a while. I think he needs a little time.
That's great, Pearl. Listen, thanks a lot. All right, we appreciate it. And tell Carmen, too. Okay. All right, that was Pearl. He and Carmen have been calling all the hotels and motels in the area, checking to see if a woman in a veil has checked in the past few weeks.
I know, it's a long shot. Just because the woman was wearing a veil when she left the Laser Palace doesn't mean that she would wear it any other time.
Well, anything could happen because our luck is changing.
Maybe so, but in the meantime, I'm still lining up character witnesses.
Well, that's easy enough. We can get a lot of people to say a lot of wonderful things about Cruz.
As far as I'm concerned, the jury can't hear too much of it.
Yeah, well, that'll only take us so far. We can get the best character witnesses in the world, and that's not going to substitute for poking a hole in Timmons' circumstantial evidence. We're going to have to tear this apart piece by piece.
I've been thinking about that, Julia.
What? Tell me.
Well, it might look as if we're running scared. Keith builds up a mountain of evidence against Cruz. We have none, so we spend all of our time and energy trying to tear down his mountain. It might be more effective if we dismissed his evidence as circumstantial in the opening statement and then concentrated on other aspects of the case.
What other aspects are there, short of finding Elena's killer? All we can do for Cruz is get people up there to testify that he is incapable of murder, and that's not nearly enough.
I know that. That's why I'm thinking about another angle.
What?
I think we've got a good case for vendetta here. We can prove that the DA has a history of hatred for Cruz Castillo. It would be tricky, but at the very least, it might get us a new trial.
Yeah, that's good, because we have a lot of evidence to support that.
Mm-hmm. We'd have to be subtle about when we brought it in, of course. Otherwise, we'd get called down for, irrelevance every 10 minutes.
No, but really, this could work. We could show the judge and the jury that the prosecutor had a personal stake in trying to ruin our client.
You like the idea, huh?
Yeah. You're not a bad strategist, Mr. Capwell. Of course, this means that we're going to have to assemble an entirely new line of defense, but what the heck, I've got all night.
Atta girl. Go away. This is a meeting of unparalleled strategic brilliance, and we can't be bothered.
Hi.
Oh, hi. I thought you were Julia's secretary.
Oh, it's okay. Am I interrupting again?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, you found us both in a good mood for a change.
Really? What? What happened?
Your husband came up with a brilliant idea. Of course, we're not going to be able to eat or sleep until the end of the trial, but if it works, it's worth it.
Well, good. It sounds exciting.
Well, we'll see, like Julia says, if it works.
Oh, is there anything I can do?
No, I don't think so. Not at the moment. Thank you. We're going to need Cruz's personnel file from the department. See if you can get hold of somebody in records. They're going to give you a fight about getting out before 5, but don't take no for an answer.
Oh, I never do.
Oh, maybe I could go out and get you guys something to eat.
Oh, Victoria, listen, thanks very much. We just ate, and I don't want to bother you. We'll just order out if we need anything. Thank you.
Well, good luck.
Thanks, we're going to need it. Tomorrow we'll be here before we know it. Listen, get hold of the messenger service, too. We don't want to lose anything in transit.
Right.
Well, can you call me later?
Yeah. Give the baby a kiss for me, huh?
Oh, sure. Bye.
Yes, hi. Personnel, please. Records? Yes, this is Julia Wainwright.
Eden knows this trial is not going to be easy. She's more prepared than you think she is.
Maybe. But I feel like a traitor.
She doesn't look at it that way.
God, I feel so alone in all of this.
I can see that you do, and at the risk of making it worse, you've brought it on by yourself.
What does that mean?
You say you're alone, and it's no wonder because you've gone out of your way to keep yourself away from all of us. Your silence has shut me out, shut out the people who love you.
Please, for Pete's sake, please.
See, you're hurting us. I ask you a question, and you treat me like I'm attacking you, like I'm an enemy. Don't you understand I'm trying to help? Don't you understand that I love you?
I love you, too. It'll be all right.
I didn't order any room service.
Okay, so Gina, look, I've got some hot food here. Will you let me in, please? I know what the food's like here. It costs an arm and a leg. So I thought I'd pick up some Chinese takeout from the place down the street. I mean, I figured we should economize on meals. It's going to be hard enough to come up with the money for the room. Unless you want to hawk that dress. Where did you get that?
I suppose you wouldn't believe me if I told you I ran it up one afternoon when I had nothing else better to do.
It's a designer original. I should know. When I was married to Cece, I wore nothing but.
How nice for you.
Now, how nice for you. If you could afford clothes like this, why were you staying in a dump like the Dewberry Arms?
Because I thought it was less likely I'd be noticed there. That wasn't until an eager little bloodhound named Gina came sniffing around.
Speaking of sniffing, stuff smells great. You want some? You don't mind if I eat, do you? I haven't eaten all day.
Be my guest, unless, of course, you prefer caviar.
Caviar? Where?
I ordered some earlier.
Well, I hope it's good caviar. I hate that cheap stuff.
Beluga. Will that do for you?
Oh, you weren't kidding. This is my weakness.
Better than moose-tool pork?
And champagne? Did you order all this stuff for lunch?
Well, I dare say it's a little flat by now, but would you like some?
Sure.
You would like some.
You know, Pamela, I sure hope you can pay for all of this. Because, you see, hotels have a way of dealing with guests that run out on their bill.
I have no intention of running out on anything.
Not even me?
Beg your pardon?
You and I have a lot of business to tend to together. And I'd appreciate it if you stuck around long enough to get it all taken care of. So, why don't we have a little toast, you and I, to our partnership.
Our what?
Our partnership.
Is that what you call it?
You know, as you may have heard, I have an important trial tomorrow, so as much as I'd love to hear you grovel, I just don't have the time. Oh, come on. We both know what you're here for. You want to get back in the academy so bad, you can taste it. You're here to beg.
Okay, fine, if that's what it takes.
It's going to take a lot more than you have to give, so don't waste your time.
Look, tell me, what exactly did I do here? Did I hurt some people here, Timmons?
You broke the law.
No, I arranged for two people who love each other very much to spend a few short minutes together, that's all.
Which was against regulations. The community expects more from its police department.
Will you tell me what you expect from your police? Do you expect them to stop being human beings? Give up their friends? You trying to tell me that you would never bend the law to help a friend?
We're not here to talk about me. We're talking about a young, hothead romantic that thinks he can enforce the law whenever he wants to. It just doesn't work that way,
Keith,
boy.
Cruz is a friend of mine. We've been through a lot together, man. When my wife died, he was there more than anybody else. He helped me build Johnny with his own hands. Eden is my sister.
Oh.
Now listen, do you expect me simply to just let it all go on, let them suffer? Is that it?
Do you expect me to believe that you can justify a fragrant disregard for the law? No, my friend, I'm not here to judge you as a friend or as a brother. I am here to judge you as a police officer.
And you screwed up. You failed. All right. I screwed up. Are you happy? You got it. Now I am the best police officer you're ever going to get. There's nobody out there like me. I'll do everything I can. I'll work hard on anybody. You got to give me a second chance, and I'll
No,
prove it.
my policy isn't second chances, my friend. You blew it.
I blew, man. Because you're not talking about policy here. You made it personal.
You know, I was about to tell you that you should leave here before you say something you might regret, but I think it's too late.
The only thing I regret is I never did see what I'd hoped for. And that's a little touch of humanity. A slime like you. Enjoy your life.
Doctor, I'm frightened. What if she doesn't get better?
Well, the therapy has to... No, it's not gonna... We have to give the therapy a chance. There's a new medication I might try if the tachycardia doesn't subside. This is ridiculous. You know, I feel like I have rocks in my mouth when I try to say this stuff.
No, you're doing fine.
What the heck I am. I'm wound up tight as a drum, and I can feel it. Look, I may not know much about acting, but I know you're not supposed to look like you're scared stiff every time you open your mouth.
Will you give yourself a chance? Jake, the first time you stepped in front of the camera, you were afraid you weren't going to be able to relax and be natural, and look what happened.
Yeah, it's not the same as having to talk, especially this medical garbage. Be honest with me, does it look like I have a clue about what I'm talking about? Even you know how wrong I am for this. I wish I'd had the guts to say that to Mel Stock when he was standing there.
No! Jake! Wait a minute.
I don't think it's so funny.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Well, doesn't it strike you as odd? You and I are some sort of partnership?
No. I mean, I'd get involved with Typhoid Mary if I thought it would help me get what I want. I don't care if you and I are a 10 on the compatibility scale.
Look, Gina, I hope you're going to understand, but from now on, I prefer to work on my own.
No, I don't understand. You and I had an agreement.
I don't remember signing any contracts.
It was an oral agreement. I said that I would help you out And you promised to cooperate with me, and I've bloody well done my part. I got you those creams for your face, and you know that wasn't easy. Those aren't available even by prescription anywhere else.
Oh, dear, I'm so sorry. I hope you didn't have to compromise your virtue in any way.
You owe me, lady. You even said yourself they were doing you some good.
Well, we've still got a little way to go.
You're going to have a long way to go without those creams, because you can't get them from anyone else but me.
Well, I'm not going to run out of them. I'm using them very sparingly.
Look, Pamela, we are better off together, working together on this thing. I mean, we're very weak standing alone, especially going up against someone like Cece Capwell.
Well, I'm happy to take my chances.
So you think you can just give me a glass of champagne and tell me to kiss off?
Would you prefer if I'd done it without the champagne? I just thought it was very much more civilized.
You think we're very different, don't you? Just because you don a velvet glove before you lay down the punch. Well, we are one and the same.
I'm sorry to have to tell you, but I must insist now that you leave.
All right. Fine. Oh, but let me shake your hand. I mean, it's been very interesting knowing you, and I'm terribly sorry things didn't work out. I'll be sure to give your regards to Mason and Jeffrey.
What did you say?
Well, I'm sure Mason and Jeffrey will be tickled pink to know that their mother, who they thought was dead, is alive and well. And not only that, she's in Santa Barbara swilling champagne.
No! Please!
You want a refill?
No, I don't think I should be drinking myself into a stupor tonight, Dad.
Rick, where have you been? What happened tonight?
Up to see Mr. Timmons.
Oh. That doesn't surprise me.
Didn't think it did. Guess I was kind of stupid going there, huh?
Well, I figured you wouldn't give up without a fight.
Well, there wasn't any fight, Dad. He had all the cards. Not a damn thing I can do about it. If it wasn't even worth hitting the guy, I'd end up in jail. I don't think Johnny and I need to be separated for another year, right? No.
He is a horrible man. I've never seen anyone take so much pleasure in causing people pain.
Baby, he had it in for me all the time. I mean, especially when he found out I had connections with the Capwells. In fact, I think that's how he set it all up. To get back at them.
That's got to be the reason he went after Cruz, too.
Oh, sure. As much as told him so.
I don't understand how a man can use public office to exorcise his own private hatreds. He ought to be brought up on charges himself.
Well, Pop, I wish we could do something, but, you know, that's life, right?
Yeah. All we can do now is try to forget it. Hey, you want something to eat? How about some of my stew? Come on.
Okay, but you gotta join me.
I don't eat my own cooking.
Where'd Jane go?
She was just here.
Well, yeah, but where's her purse? Her purse was here a minute ago. I just hope she hasn't gone and done something crazy.
Well, it helps to know a little bit about the hair, not to mention the height, weight, body type, etc.
Your witness was a very observant guy. He's the kind who would have remembered every feature in her face.
Yeah, well, even this is a lot more than we had this morning. I'll take any ammunition I can get against Keith Timmons.
Listen, thank you very much for coming on such short notice.
Yeah, Clint, we'll have copies of this made and released to different places around the area. Maybe somebody else saw her after she left the Laser Palace that night. She was wearing this veil. I'm sure somebody would remember.
It hurts. Facing the fact that now I'll never have the chance to know you. I used to dream that somehow I could come back in your life and we'd make up for all the times we'd lost. I know what you thought, Elena. That I'd abandoned you. That I'd left you to grow up without a mother. If only you could have seen me every year when your birthday came round. But I didn't come here to make excuses. Oh, my daughter. I hated the thought of losing you. I never would have done it, I swear, if I hadn't thought it was better for you. And better for all of us. Goodbye. Goodbye, my daughter. I'm sorry.
Great.
Now, I know that this time is not the right time for you right now, but on behalf of Brick and myself, I really can't think of a better time.
You're crazy.
No, I don't think so. I have a really good memory, too, Keith. I can pinpoint the exact time and a day and where you threw me down on the floor and tried to rip off my clothes. I can remember fighting you. And I can remember running outside after it was done and throwing up.
You know what's odd? I remember this differently. I remember you coming to my office and offering me a deal, your body for a little information.
And you jumped at it. Is that any way for a district attorney to act? Now, I think people would be shocked to find out what kind of sleaze you really are.
So what are you going to do here? You're going to divulge this information to whom? To the press, the police? I mean, you're going to take the word of an unreliable young woman against a trusted public official here?
What makes you think I'm so unreliable? I'm a decent, hard-working person who just came to you to get information on a missing child. And yes, I would have done anything for it. Or so I thought, till you tried to take advantage of that, and then I couldn't go through with it. And then you tried to rape me.
Well, this would be very heart-wrenching if it weren't for the fact that you're a woman of record here. Let me see. What does it say? Jane Wilson, a.k.a. Roxanne, arrested at such time, such as date. Orient Express restaurant, soliciting and public drunkenness. Now, does that sound like a woman with credibility? Say goodnight, Gracie. Go back to your boyfriend, help him cry in his beer, because you're not going to threaten me with this.
Hi.
So, how'd you like him?
Who?
Mason Capwell. I saw you leaving his office. I'm his secretary.
I thought I met his secretary when I first got there.
Oh, well, Mason's a very important man. He has several secretaries. I was probably at the copy machine when you met the other girl. Can I buy you a drink?
No, thanks. One's my limit. I can't handle it anymore. Was a time I did some heavy partying, but not anymore.
That's since Woodstock, huh?
Wow. Were you there, too? I mean, was it far out or what?
I was still in grade school.
So how'd you know I was there?
Wild guess.
You picked up on the vibes.
Yeah, that's me. When it comes to vibes, I'm just like super glue. So, you do sketches?
Yeah, off and on. Weird way to make a living.
You think they'll catch that woman you drew a sketch of?
Gonna be tough. She wore a disguise. Woman with a veil.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's the rumor around the office. What did the witness say? Did he have any idea, like, how tall she was or anything like that?
Yeah, but don't expect me to remember that now. Once I do the sketch, I tune out. I tune out off and on.
I can imagine. Well, heck, why don't you try to remember? Just for the fun of it.
Okay.
Oh, you're remembering something, aren't you?
Man. Am I ever?
Tell me about it.
Greatest weekend of my life. September 1972. My buddies and I drove out into the desert. Drove all night because we met this psychic guru. Said there was going to be a landing. UFO. And sure enough, we get to the place and there's this light. Man,
Now, wait a
this
minute.
greenish
I'm
light
talking
coming
about
from
the
behind one of the
lady
masons.
with the veil. That's what we were talking about, remember?
Right.
And the witness, what the witness had to say.
Something about a laser palace.
Great. Another UFO experience?
No, that's what he said. You know, like, one of those places where they have games, like an arcade. You know, they got them in shopping malls. Kids go in. I guess the lady was killed in there.
What's this got to do with a woman in the veil?
He said he saw her coming out of the place the night of the murder.
Dr. Archer! Dr. Archer, you wanted an emergency.
Oh, yeah, says who?
Who? The public. They say if they can't see their famous doctor in Beach, then they want an emergency refund.
Come here. How do you put up with me? I'm acting like such a jerk.
I was so worried about you. I looked everywhere, you know. I went home, I looked down at the beach. Where have you been?
Right here.
Of course, I missed you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you worry. It's just that I had to do a lot of thinking, I guess.
You know, I know a lot of people are telling you what you should do. TJ, the director, me. And I really think that you need to decide whether you want to read for this movie or not. It's up to you.
Yeah, well, I think I decided.
Yeah?
Yeah. The decision depends upon one thing.
What's that?
Whether or not you're free for the next 4 or 5 hours to teach a struggling doctor how to say tachycardia.
That's pretty good.
Jane, you and I have known each other very long, but you know that I'm not a quitter, right? And after my wife died, I really thought I'd never make it, but I did. I rebuilt this place here. And when we opened it up, I was very proud, very proud. I really thought things were picking up for me. You know? And of course, I was framed and arrested. Johnny was taken.
You've been through so much. I honestly don't know how you survived.
Neither do I. Jane, I'm not sure I can be in this place anymore.
You mean here at the restaurant?
No, I mean Santa Barbara. Wherever I turn, I'm reminded of tragedy, failure, pain. And if Johnny and I are gonna do this one more time, it has to be somewhere else.
I can't even think of you being someplace else. I mean, this is your home. What about Lionel and Sophia?
Jane, I don't have a choice. It's over for me here. I wish it wasn't that, but there really isn't any other choice.
Tell me again about the incident with the little girl after Eden died.
Keith tried to get Cruz's badge revoked on grounds of child molestation. He blew the whole thing out of proportion, and I was witness to all of it. It was a desperate move of revenge on his part, and we'll have no trouble showing it.
Good. All we have to do is figure out where and when to bring it into the trial. Mason Capwell.
Hi, it's me. I'm just calling to see how things are going.
Oh, well, they're going rather well, actually. It shouldn't be a whole lot longer.
Well, that's wonderful. I'll hold dinner for you then, okay?
Well, they're not going that much better. It's still going to be a few hours yet. I wouldn't wait up.
Oh, okay. Well, Chip and I miss you.
Yeah, I miss you too.
You know, he just started crying. He really does miss you.
Well, you better go see what he wants.
I will, okay. Good luck.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night.
what I'm doing right now is really being selfish. Because I was deprived of you for so many years that I'm being real greedy about the years we have. Oh, Mama's gonna hate this.
I'm just leaving the city, not the planet. I'll keep in touch. I hope you'll visit me too, right?
Yeah. Listen, can I ask a question as a prying mom, please? Now, I'm not going to have a lot of chances to be meddlesome anymore, so can I ask this question?
Yeah, sure.
What about Jane? You haven't said anything about her going with you.
I haven't asked her.
Oh. I thought that, maybe I was wrong, but I thought the two of you got pretty close.
Sophia, I don't even know where my next job's coming from, where I'm gonna live. I may have to go through 10 places before I even settle down. I just think that with Johnny, putting him through that, now adding another person, that would just be unfair.
Well, I don't think that Jane minds that kind of unfair. I think that she loves you.
And I love her very much, too, and that's exactly why I can't ask her to go.
You're gonna have to tell Lionel.
It's not gonna be easy.
I'm gonna miss you so much.
Oh, me too.
Where have you been? Did you go to my sons? Did you tell them?
Why would that have bothered you?
Damn it, did you tell them or didn't you?
No, but I could have, and I wouldn't hesitate the next time you decide you're too damn superior to associate with me. But to tell you the truth, telling Mason and Jeffrey that their mother's alive is a drop in the bucket compared to the rest of your problems.
What problems?
You're a wanted woman, sweetheart. Your picture's about to be plastered all over the post office. Didn't you know that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you really should be more careful, Pamela. It seems there was an eyewitness. It's our woman wearing a veil, leaving the Laser Palace the night Elena Nicholas was killed. Well, I don't know too many women that wear a veil, do you? As a matter of fact, you're the only one that comes to mind. So why don't you come clean, Pamela? What in God's name were you doing there?
Oh. Mel, hi, come on in. I know it was late when I called. Thank you for coming over.
No problem. I wasn't doing anything.
Well, please come on in. You see, I started studying the script, and I got to that moonlight scene and everything, and I just started saying the lines. I couldn't figure out what Lorraine was talking about.
You called me about a script problem?
Yeah, I thought, we could talk about it. You could give me some great ideas,
Baby, it's okay. It's all right. It's okay. You don't have to invent a creative crisis here.
Oh, no, I'm not inventing anything, really.
Is your husband home?
No, he's working late, but that has nothing to do with why I called you.
It's all right. You're just a little tired. You need a little boost. It happens to all of us. It's all right. Now you know that something might help, so you just gave me a call.
No, Mel, you're wrong, really.
You sure I'm wrong? Or maybe you just didn't want to admit it was a ladylike thing to do and give me a call and ask. Huh? Is this what you need, honey? It's all right. It's okay. Go ahead. It's all right. Mel understands.
Oh, boy, I honestly didn't think we were going to get through with this tonight.
Well, there comes a time when you have to face the fact that you're as prepared as you're ever going to be.
Yeah, well, not as prepared as we'd be if we'd find the woman with the veil.
Yep, but I wouldn't count on that.
You are unbelievable.
What do you mean?
Well, the closer it gets, the more pressure we're under, the cooler you become.
You think I'm cool?
It's just that I'm sitting here shuffling all my papers around, scared to death that I'm going to lose something, and you just put your papers in there one by one as if you had all the time in the world.
Well, you don't know what's going on inside me, then. I'm good at hiding things. I always have been. In the final analysis, I'm not sure it served me too well.
Why do you say that?
Have you ever wondered if we think too much, Julia? We spend all day analyzing, weighing things. Ever thought what a relief it would be to just act? And just do something out of impulse? Pure feeling? God.
It's all right. Don't say anything.
Julia.
No, it's all right. We've been locked in this room all day, and we're very tired, and we just went a little crazy. I think the best thing to do is just to forget it. We're working on a case, and we have to depend on each other for everything right now, and it's easy to get confused about that and move into the right direction, but I think that we know what we should do.
What do we have to do?
That's just to say good night.
Good night, counselor.
Tonight, take the highway to heaven and lift your spirits with Michael Landon and Victor French. A snooty community gets a taste of its own medicine when they discover one of their own has been living a lie on an unforgettable highway to heaven. Then it's romance on A Year in the Life. Will Alice say yes to Joe's proposal? And on St. Elsewhere, Ehrlich's honeymoon is sparkling. But for the Craigs, the honeymoon could be over. Will Dr. Craig ever win his wife back? It's powerful human drama tonight on NBC.